I feel like Carrie Bradshaw for the depressed. The reality is, my life is fucking amazing. Then why am I still this sad? Today's monologue is based on a diary entry of mine that reads, "Today's November 13th, 2025, and I can safely say my life has gone to shit. And by the time this comes out, it's going to be December something, and I'll probably feel different back then because humans are ever-evolving creatures. But one question that I'm sure will still haunt me is, how do you ever become good enough for yourself? About 9 months ago, I lost my only source of income, developed a, I don't want to say an ED because I was never diagnosed with one, but let's just say very unhealthy eating patterns. Slept 4 hours a night max, and practically was killing myself trying to prove everyone around me that I'm better than they think I am. The keyword here is everyone. I don't think I was proving anything to myself then, but maybe I was, but I don't think I was. At least that's how I feel now in retrospect. I've been on this journey for what feels like my entire life, though, proving that I deserve love, that I deserve attention, that I deserve to be complimented. But I feel like with age, this turned into a more career-oriented thing. It's almost as if I am trying to make up for all the years I lost partying and such, rather than pursuing my goal. I am a high school dropout. I did graduate uni, surprisingly, in psychology, but I barely graduated. I simply did not attend my second year of uni because I was partying. I was partying. There's no other way to put it. And I was a very lost human. I would go as far as saying that I was not present, and not even present, like I was not there at all. Like I was not there. But as my memories started coming back, sorry. But like I said, my memories started coming back, and I feel like I can judge it with a more, I want to say sane mind and a sane point of view. But anyway, this is not what I'm here to talk to you about. Oh God, I don't know what this is. I don't know what I'm allergic to. I'm so sorry. So story time about my career. A little bit, barely, but something. First, I spent years working on a clothing brand that I started when I was 24, where I didn't take a day off, not a day off. In fact, I would overwork myself because, let's say my employees wanted to take a day off, I would let them take a day off and I would do their job for them, like that kind of crazy human. The first premium women's wear zero waste brand, in my country at that. But the truth is, nobody really cared about zero waste then, but I was trying to prove a point. Then fast forward to spring this year, where I was trying to prove myself that I can write a 15-track album by myself, write and produce the whole thing on my own in a matter of a month. Simply because I was behind, I voiced a deadline to people that never really cared about it in the first place. Not the deadline, not the album. I wanted to prove to them and to myself that I can do it. And I did it. Honestly, I did it. But I ended up throwing that album away into the void and it never saw the light of day. At the same time as I was writing the album, I was also, working like another job. And I was taking weekly dance classes, weekly vocals classes. I was going to the gym 3 times a week, Pilates on Monday. Working with a nutritionist because unhealthy eating patterns, and I was simultaneously learning 2 languages. Actually, sort of 3, because I was learning 2 with an actual tutor, and 1, I was Duolingo in 1. But anyway, because in my head, I was like, okay, listen, because before that, I was working I was always working nonstop, I think, for the past, I don't know, a couple of years. But anyway, it was kind of too fast-paced, even for me, for a few months. For the few months that came before I started working on the album. And I was like, oh, I have a month off. Might as well do everything that I've always wanted to do. And I decided to literally do everything that I've always wanted to do and do that in a matter of a month. The bottom line is I was completely exhausted. My therapist was telling me that I'm gonna die young if I keep pushing myself like this. My friends are telling me to wake the fuck up. Everyone is like on alert. My body is on alert. And I'm still choosing to become the best at absolutely everything in the shortest amount of time. Now, 5 months later, post-awakening, post-AI therapy, in real therapy, I still find myself in my room beating myself up over the fact that I'm not good enough. The only difference now is that my therapist is telling me to get checked for ADHD. And the only person that I'm trying to prove anything to is myself. Fuck, I am allergic to something. I'm sorry. Whew. I stopped seeking validation from everyone else, but I still seek validation from myself. I can't help but compare me to me. Like, you were skinnier then. You've let yourself go. Oh, you looked younger then. You should do something about that. That song is better than this one. I don't know. You could afford to buy yourself a car a year ago and now you're flying back to LA on Delta points. When I fact check these, yes, they're all correct and they're all true, but none are a catastrophe. I've been through way worse and I've managed through way worse. But, they say that anxiety is always about the future. But my anxiety is about my present being worse than my past. So my past being better than my present. And my present not being good enough to secure for my future, right? So my anxiety is about absolutely everything. My therapist asked me the other day, she was like, because I was like, yeah, I'm so anxious. Like, I wake up anxious. And she's like, oh, what's going through your mind? And I don't fucking know. Like, I can't even grasp onto a thought or a word because it's just like, it's everything and everything over and over again. And all of it is about me. It's the word I that I hear and see all the time. The thing is, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree, with this mindset, no one is ever going to be good enough because the more you grow, the bigger your goals get. I used to be so judgy and get an ick from people who, I don't want this to come out wrong, but keep buying themselves a better something all the time, like a more expensive bag, a plane, a yacht, a car, diamonds, and things like that, with the same pace as their income grew. I guess, I don't think I phrased that correctly, but anyway, as their income grew, there it is, they would just try to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and better and, more expensive, etc., etc. And I'm not talking about people that are enjoying their well-deserved wealth. I'm talking about people who become consumed by it, who base their entire personality in life on it, like that becomes their purpose. I was never like that with money, but I definitely 100% am like this with myself and with everything that I do. Sometimes I feel like my only goal in life is to one day look in the mirror and be like, you're good enough. But I never am. And with this mindset, I will never be good enough because whenever I get somewhere, I immediately want to be bigger, better, prettier, everything. Like I want to jump up a level whenever I get somewhere. And I don't even feel happiness about getting to a certain level because I'm like, okay, you can be better. Let's move on. Let's work harder, blah, blah, blah. Most days I feel okay, but some days the voices are too loud for me to shut out. And I hate it because I lose all of my control and hyper controller here. Like I can't live with that. And this isn't about social media at all, although I do fall into this rabbit hole sometimes, but it's mostly about me. The most common thing that I keep coming back to is I looked happier then. How do I become this happy again? Fully missing the point that my happiness comes from peace. And peace is not happening to me right now. Like this is not what I'm going through at this exact moment while I'm spiraling, right? It's like this endless ping pong situation, and I'm getting more aggressive the more I lose to myself. Does that make any sense? I seek peace, yet for some reason I judge peace by tangible things and my reflection in the mirror. My music video won 5 international Best Music Video awards this year, and my brain goes, okay, but it's not Cannes. Okay, cool, what's next? Oscars? I took down so much of my older music because I was like, you're better now. You can do better now. You are more skilled now. That whole thing that happened before, what you're capable of now, doesn't matter. It's not good. Don't embarrass yourself. That's my train of thought. But I should know better by now. These songs are what made me the music artist and human being that I am now. They're part of my story. But I can't, because every time I don't feel perfect, it's like too vulnerable. I can't show my imperfections because every time I look in the mirror, a fraud is looking back at me, and I'll go to great lengths for the world to never notice that. I don't know if this is a rant or a reflection or, something, but what I know is, 1, that question is going to haunt me for what feels like the rest of my life, and 2, I'm not here to answer any questions today. I'm here to ask one. Does one ever feel good enough for themselves? Is that even something that's achievable and possible? And if you are that person, how do you do it? Is there a secret that most of us weren't let in on? Because I'm happy to pay an admission fee. I hate it here. I feel like I'm too crazy sometimes. Dali apparently said, and I quote, the difference between me and the madman is the madman thinks he's sane, and I know I'm mad. Food for thought.